As the years pass by, the value of rupee erodes because of inflation, as a result of which, if you were earning, let's say, 100 rupees 5 years back, now if someone joins at the same post as you were 5 years back, that same person should not earn 100 rupees but rather should be earning more than that. Why? Because over a period of 5 years there would be inflation which would have eroded the value of 100 rupees, and now maybe 150 rupees is worth what 100 rupees was worth 5 years back. Now, in order to revise the salary of the government employees, the government basically establishes the pay commission. In the same manner, the 8th pay commission was established in order to revise the salaries of the government employees. However, with respect to, so basically whenever the pay commission reviews the payment structure, it comes out with an increment. Why? Because it comes out after lot many years. By that time you would now need more salary. So every time the pay commission comes, the salary increases. The same is happening now as well. However, a report is coming out which says that the expenditure that India is making on the public sector, the compensation that we are having on the public sector, is in reality higher than what is being reported. Now let us understand, why is that the case? Is it being deliberately done, or is there any technical concern? If deliberately done, then what to do? If not, if it's a technical thing, then how to improve that, and what can be the repercussion of spending more than what is getting reported? All this and much more is what we will see. Let's start with the news first. So the news is about the pay commission, the 8th CPC, that is the Central Pay Commission, which is said to revise, not just revise, increase the salary. So review and revise. This revision will be at a higher level. So it's said to review the salaries and pensions of central government employees, subsequent to which it will come out with new number which will be higher than the previous numbers. Now experts are now arguing that the official compensation data by the Central Pay Commission is understated than the actual cost. That means the compensation data which the pay commission gives is less than the actual expenditure that actually takes place. Now the question is, why is the official data underestimated? That is because of few reasons. Number one, exclusion of the workers. Now there are contract workers hired by the government, scheme workers hired by the government, various frontline service providers hired by the government, but it does not take them into consideration. That's point number one. Point number two is fragmented reporting. Now the salaries of the autonomous institutions like IIMs, IITs, so on and so forth, they report their expenditure separately. So that is a concern. Then you have inconsistent classification. So there are different heads: salaries, honoraria, grants, contractual services, scheme expenditure, as a result of which the consolidated nature or a higher estimates is not paid, rather the estimate is lower than what it is. So now let us look at what are the categories that remain outside the headline compensation which the Central Pay Commission considers. So first things first, exclusion of the workers. In that, the contractual workers or the contract workers that are there. Now the contract workers have reached 76% of the permanent workforce. So if the permanent workforce is 100, there are 76 contract workers. So this 76 is 76% of the permanent employees. Then an estimated annual expense of these are 14,000 crore rupees at least, bare minimum, which is not included. Next you have scheme workers. Now nearly 10 lakh. ASHA workers, 37 lakh PM Poshan cook cum helpers. So over 47 lakh here only. In addition to this, there are various other schemes as well. They are not included: the Anganwadi workers, the auxiliary or the auxiliary nurses or midwives, so on and so forth. Next is the fragmented reporting of compensation, especially by the institutes like IIMs, IITs, NITs, so on and so forth. So there are more than 350 such institutes that receive salary grants, which includes All India Institute of Medical Sciences, Indian Institute of Technologies, IITs, IIMs, and regulatory agencies and research institutions. Then if we take the salary of all these into consideration, it will be around 60,000 crore. Then you have municipal corporations, the compensation exceeds more than 50,000 crore. There also the jobs are there. In addition to this, it basically covers around 232 municipal corporations, so largely excluded from the state salary account as well. So now let us understand how much is the difference. So if you look at the official data which the CPC tends to give, the central government's expenditure on it is around 2.4% of the GDP. So India's GDP being $4 trillion, slightly above that, 2.4% of that, 2.4% of $4 trillion, right? Then state governments, 2.5% of the GDP. This is what is estimated. But what is the actual calculation? It comes out to be roundabout for central government 3.8% of GDP, and for the state governments 4.1% of the GDP. So this is considerably high. This is this is a higher by more than 50% as compared to this. Same is the case over here. So you can see the adjusted one is considerably higher. Now the issue is, if the adjusted one is higher, what are the challenges that might be there? See, subsequent to the Central Pay Commission's recommendations, the RBI, the other organization use those data for policy formulation. A simple example would be, you will then calculate how much can be the increase in the inflation because of this. But if your numbering itself is wrong or incorrect or inadequate, then the calculation will also be inadequate. Policy implementation will also be inadequate. So all those concerns will keep on coming because you did not measure the data correctly. Right. So the most important thing can happen is because inflation is always checked. Okay, if the CPC gives this much increment, it will lead to how much inflation in the economy. Now what it is giving is this number, so because of this it will estimate X%, but because of this there can be 1.6x, 1.5x, any other number than X. Right. So what is the solution over here? See, the solution is to strengthen public sector compensation accounting, strengthen this and identify and get it in sync, be it the central government, be it the state government, be it the urban local bodies or the gram panchayats, be it the institutions, be it the research institutions, etc., etc. Also, we can adopt a single compensation framework which can be aligned with the IMF. The IMF basically comes up with the government finance statistics manual. So whatever method they are using, we need not exactly follow, but it can take that into consideration and it can be in sync with that. Because all these data is also used by IMF in for various reasons. One example can be for providing the loan also. It's good that India we don't need it as such now, but tomorrow we may. So anyhow, it is good to basically be in sync with the universal or the international practices. That really helps us to compare also and makes it easy as well. Next is use a common definition of compensation across union and the states. The definition has to be common. Whatever heads are included over in central government, union government, the same heads should be included in the state government. It should not be a blanketly applicable thing, but it has to be discussed and come to a mutual agreement with respect to what needs to be added and what not. And publish the annual ministry-wise and state-wise data on the people who were left out, contract workers, scheme workers, their compensation, so on and so forth. So if we can work in sync, if we can have a single compensation framework, if we can be in sync with IMF government finance statistics and have a common definition and present an annual report ministry wise and state wise with respect to the contract workers and other workers who are excluded, then we can address this issue and our data will become even better, which will help the policy maker to implement to basically formulate better policies leading to better results.